Hey everyone, I've been seeing a lot of positive feedback towards my first tutorial video I made about Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. It wasn't perfect, but for my first guide video it was received pretty well. So what I've been working on for a while are more guides towards Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, but I've been scratching them pretty often due to my lack of free time to work on it, or that I wasn't satisfied with my end results. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over more secret and helpful techniques and go over every enemy type with their own individual videos, so you don't have to sit for hours just to find the section of the group of enemies you've been looking forward to, and give you more tips and tricks along the way. If you haven't seen my first guide of Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, I'll leave a link in the description or click on the top of the right of the video to get towards the tutorial section. I will also look into bosses, and I want to see if I can bring out all of my videos before Ninja Gaiden 4 drops, since that seems to be the goal at the time. Just a reminder, this is just from my perspective and it will most likely help you out if you approach the higher difficulties, but these tips and tricks should also help you out at the lower difficulties as well, since the approach towards those enemies and the techniques will be the same. This first video will be about secret mechanics and things you can do that will help you out to understand the game more and make sure that you have an easier time as well with the game. And it will help you out beating the higher difficulties more efficiently. So, without talking so much and making it a long intro towards my guides, let's start with the detailed guide. Ninja Gaiden 3 has the ability for you to perform certain amount of cancels with weapons or equipments. The most known cancel for Ninja Gaiden players are the Shuriken cancels that you can perform in strings to cancel the animation into a Shuriken throw and give Ryu the ability to recover faster from an animation for a block in time or to dodge an incoming attack. This also stuns the enemy on hit or causes them to block it, so before they recover you can strike first most of the time unless they dodge out of the way or a different enemy hits you. We'll take the Dragon Sword for an example. When you perform 2 light attacks and you don't use the Shuriken cancel, Ryu will take more time to recover from the last attack, and in that time you are very open to the enemies to strike you down. You have to wait till Ryu has recovered from his attack to block in time or to perform a dodge. To limit these circumstances, we have to perform a Shuriken cancel, which will be your circle or B button, depend on what console you play. With that, you can recover faster than usual and helps you out with the enemies not able to hit you all the time, since the enemies of Ninja Gaiden 3 are able to read your input and strike against you in a bad situation. In the example videos, you see me throwing only one Shuriken at the enemies. That's because if you do throw more Shurikens, that will cause your recovery to take longer due to you resetting the animations. To do a Shuriken cancel while you only throw one Shuriken is to press your Shuriken button only once. If you spam the button, you will throw out more Shurikens at your opponent. This cancel only works with light attacks and with the level 0 UT charge attack, which will be covered later in the video. Heavy attack cannot be cancelled with the Shurikens. This one Shuriken cancel works also only on the ground. If you do it in the air, you will always throw out more Shurikens than just one. But you can use this Shuriken cancel strategy also for air combos or to stay in the air a bit longer than usual. So don't be afraid to use it in the air also. Some bosses will counter your Shuriken cancels by deflecting it at you or use an attack where you are stuck in the cancel process. Some other bosses won't deflect it, but the Shuriken won't stun them and deal no damage, so be careful using this trick on bosses. If you looked into my Ninja Gaiden 3 speedruns or seen me play Ninja Gaiden 3 casually, you may have noticed that I always use the dodge cancel. It may look weird, but this dodge cancel is the most optimal way to increase your movement in the game. That means you can get closer to enemies or create a good distance between you and your opponent, especially since the enemies of Ninja Gaiden are fast and can catch up to you in a matter of seconds. You can still use the dodge jump technique where you dodge and follow it up with a jump to create a distance, but the dodge cancel does it faster and can be cancelled into other moves or equipment uses. To perform this cancel, you need to do the dodge into a direction. Once you did a dodge, you let go of your inputs, pretty much resetting into a neutral position. That term comes from the fighting game scene, where a neutral means you let go of your buttons or your inputs and have a small pause between the next interaction. After that, you re-input your dodge and it should immediately perform a dodge animation and skip the previous dodge animation you did. To practice it, I recommend after you finished an encounter, for example on the first day with the first ever enemies you encounter, you can use the arena for you to practice this dodge cancel. It may take some time to get consistent with it, so make sure to try it also in fights as well. Ninja Gaiden 3 gives you a bow in day 2 which shoots infinite amount of arrows, unlike the previous 2 entries. Sigma 2 and Ninja Gaiden 2 Black are not included. It receives explosive arrows later down the line, and you will also be able to charge your arrow shots after you visited the Hayabusa village in day 5. What you can perform in Ninja Gaiden 3 is a so-called bow cancel. That means you can increase the fire rate of your arrow shots and shoot the arrows more quickly and deal with airborne enemies more efficiently. To do the bow cancel, you pretty much do almost the same way you would do the dodge cancel. You aim at a target with your bow while using your left stick towards the enemy who you is looking at, and after you shot an arrow, you release all your inputs, pretty much reverting to a neutral position, and then aim again with your left thumbstick towards the direction of Ryu facing the opponent and repeat the cycle again. You can do it also with no enemies around or needed. This cancel can help you against not only airborne based enemies, you can also use it for stationary enemies that shoot projectiles at you. This can also be very helpful against the enemies on those jet skis that shoot rockets at you. If you don't play on New Game Plus or the chapter challenges where you have an upgraded bow, on day 2 you will have a bow with no explosive arrows. If you have trouble killing those enemies and the helicopters that shoot rockets at you, use your right bumper to do a focus shot, where you use your waypointer, which is the R3 button on PlayStation, to show the direction you have to go while aiming with the bow. It causes to slow down time and gives you the free fire option with the bow. So you can aim at the jet ski's driver's heads to instantly get rid of them. To shoot down at the helicopters, aim at the rocket ammunitions and at its center to get rid of the helicopter as fast as possible. You can also use this technique to shoot down the jetpack enemies by shooting at their jetpacks directly and not them right in the face. With an upgraded bow, you may take them down more quickly, but I still recommend using the cancel and the focus shot, especially for helicopters, to make it less frustrating to take them down. In Ninja Gaiden 3, you may get into a situation where you may be committing to a string, and when ending it, you may have the problem that the animation has again lots of recovery and it may not be able to be cancelled with the Shuriken cancel I explained a bit ago. Again, that causes you to be open for the enemies and to get struck down or grabbed as well. If that string ends on a heavy attack input, or where you need to press the heavy button in a combo or do a heavy button combo attack, you can hold your heavy attack to cancel the follow-up into an ultimate technique charge. Since there is no SS present in Ninja Gaiden 3, you cannot use it to get an instant ultimate technique unless you have Bloody Rage active. This still is a very useful cancel in your sleeve, since the UT cancel attack, where you don't charge your move and let it go at level 0, still gives you the ability to cancel the ultimate technique cancel into a Shuriken cancel and went through, pretty much stacking those cancels on top. This can also help you out, dealing damage to your opponent, causing them to get dismembered, or to dismember and convert automatically into an obliteration technique. To practice it, use a string that has a heavy button input in it and try to do the combo till you have to press the heavy button and then hold it for a second, then let it go. You can also do it with a heavy combo, but to master it, I recommend to do it with the combos you use the most. Also, for your reminder, some of those weapons UT cancel attacks have iframes in it. That means that they have invincible frames, so while you are in the animation or performing it, you are invincible till the end of the move's animation. But just like I said, only a few of them have it. Some of them have no iframes in it, so you may get hit out of it or get counter hit damage where you receive more damage than usual. Not to mention, some of those UT cancels launch the opponent in the air, which gives you the option to perform air combos and end it, for example, with an Azuna drop, etc. You can get creative with it, and it helps you out against almost every enemy type, but for the launching part, it only really launches the human-sized enemies in the air. For larger enemies, they will be stunned and receive damage. The guard reset is another well-known move in the Ninja Gaiden community. You can perform this guard reset in all 3 of the Ninja Gaiden trilogy or Master Collection games. Also other versions of those games like original Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden Black and Vanilla 3 as well. The guard reset works like this. When Ryo gets guard broken, he is open for an incoming attack that will be guaranteed towards Ryo. You can dodge out of the way, but since Ninja Gaiden 3 has a very fast combat, that follow-up may hit you most likely without using resources like the cahrge. In Ninja Gaiden 3, this actually can help you to block full strings of an enemy or boss that would have normally hit you if you didn't do the guard reset. To perform this guard reset is once you got guard broken by an enemy or boss, you release your block button and then immediately hold your block button again. This causes Ryu to block the next attack even though you are still in the guard broken animation. This process can be repeated as much as you like, but be careful with it since not every enemy or boss strikes at the same speed, and this guard reset doesn't protect you from the SOB attacks where you have to dodge the incoming attack and counter it with a heavy attack. To practice it, use the boss Wolf to get the feeling for it. Block his incoming attacks where he swings his scythe from left to right, and when you get guard broken, try to release the guard button and press it again before Wolf strikes. Also try other bosses or some enemies you get guard broken a lot, so you can get their timings down and maybe being saved by the guard reset in a fight or boss encounter. Alright, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown of the secret techniques and secret tips that I brought up for Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. Like I said, this is going to be my first video where I just go through these secret techniques and tips, and in the next videos I'm gonna go over like enemy types and see what weapons are the best to use against which enemy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like and comment below if that actually helped you out and that you were able to understand Ninja Gaiden 3's combat more than before, and tell me what kind of a part you like the most. That's going to be it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace out.